Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video we will continue where we left off in part 2. We were diving into the Docker Compose file and we finished off talking up to Keycloak. So now we will continue from Zookeeper. So stay tuned. Thank you. Zookeeper and also Kafka are the event-driven system that we are using, and the image we are using for Zookeeper is just exactly what's written here. So for Zookeeper, I am using, this is the container name I'm using, and then I'm specifying the environment, which is I've got Zookeeper server ID. So you can get all this information online, and these are the defaults. And then the port number, I am forwarding this port 2181 to 22181, and just the ports that I want to use. Yeah. And this is the network. I'm using the same network as the ones I've specified at the top, so they have to be on the same network to communicate with each other well, otherwise you'll have problems on Docker. So that's just bear in mind. I've had that experience before. So then the next service we're talking about is Kafka, and this is the image I'm using, which is the latest, and I am the container name MS Kafka, and then the port number is 1992. So I'm porting 1992 to 1992. So I'm just using the default port that comes with it, and it would depends on Zookeeper. So Zookeeper service has to work before Kafka, and what is it? These are the environmental that I'm setting up. You can get all this information online as well. So if you can pause it and just copy if you want, or go to Google and type it, and then you get it. And then I'm just stating exactly the same networks that I've stated at the top there, no other network, because I want them to work together and communicate with the same network. Mail dev, this is the name I'm giving my mail dev, MS auction mail dev. Then the image I'm using is mail dev / mail dev. That is the version or the image I'm using. The port number is, I'm porting 1080 to 1080, and the second one is 1025 to 1025, and this information you get online, so you just follow what it says, and then I'm sticking to the same network. The MongoDB is for the notification service, and the MongoDB is this is the image we are using, and the name is MongoDB. I'm forwarding the 20017, and this is the default port to 20017. Mongo data is the volume / data, and the environment is what we see here. We got admin, but this won't work, so I stick to the default admin, which is admin PA. Password is P for Peter, A for Alpha, S for sugar, S for sugar. That's the password. You do not need to specify a network for this one as well. You will have problems. That's why I have commented it out. And then we are using Mongo Express, and this is how we can access the MongoDB. Otherwise you can't really access it. You have to do it through the command line, I think. Mongo Express image, Mongo Express is the image name we are using. Container name is Mongo Express, and restart always, so you will restart always. The port we are using is 87, so it's basically 8081 forwarding it to 8755. So that's the port we are going to use to access Mongo Express. This is the environment I'm using. Again, the password when you log in it will be admin and then PASS for sugar. And then we are using the Mongo database because that is exactly the same Mongo database we say here. Otherwise you have problems. And then we got, I'm taking the network off because I had problems. So if you have problems, it means you don't need to set a network for it. Zipkin, the distributed tracing service, is for this is what I've set up for. I've said the container name is that Zipkin, and the image is what I've written here, open Zipkin / Zipkin ports. So I'm port forwarding 94.1.1 to 94.1.1, so that's the default networks. I'm sticking to the same network that I'm doing here. Right, the rest of it is experimental, so we just jump straight to the bottom, and I'm stating network. So you have to do this, otherwise you have problems with Docker. So you need to stick the network at the bottom here and say what networks you are using is here, and then you need to state driver : bridge. So you need to state the networks that you've set up there, that is this network, and then colon, and then the next line is driver bridge. So it has to be exactly what is written here. You can check online as well. And then the volume, we are stating the Postgres data volume, also the Mongo volume, and also the PG admin volume. Now it has to match exactly what you got here. Okay, so Postgres volume we've already stated here somewhere. Postgres data, PG admin we've stated here, PG admin data, and the Mongo one we have stated as, did we go past it? Yeah, the Mongo one we said the volume is Mongo data, so that is what we've stated here. So do take care when you are doing this thing. So that's it for the Docker covering. If so I think the next video we will start going over, dive into some of the services. I think I will be looking into the Keycloak and go over a few settings. Then we could look into some of the services. Thank you for coming back to my channel. Have a good day.